flashes. CLG already into that pistol. I'm Misled. With me will be Gecks, and we have the action going. Take it away, Gecks.
All right, so they are trying to get something. CLG is in towards this A site potentially. Is they do have one over. I believe that's Tarek in towards that squeaky door, though. He is going to back off as one player from each side has already gone down here. Pith and Hazed have both been taken out of play here, and now CLG maybe trying to work in towards this B site potentially as Cutler and Finesse are both over here ready to push on in, as well as a couple of others with them. Mo's going to be with them. So this push coming through in just a second here. Flashes coming out. But Lex there able to take down Mo as they try to gain entrance into this site here. Peter finds one as well onto Tarek, but Cutler able to get Naf as they get themselves into the site, plant it down onto this B site. Anger hiding out into the smoke in towards that spawn side. Peter inside of Vents able to get Finesse, who was over in Checkered, and still having a battle with Cutler over there. Cutler is able to finish off Peter inside of the Vents there, and Anger takes down Cutler over towards Checkers, exchanging frags back and forth here, but he will come through, grab this defuse, and start things off here for Luminosity, going up 1-0 here, winning that pistol round.
A good play there coming from CLG initially. It looked like they were going to be able to take that. I mean, they got an opener there. They looked pretty nice at the A-bomb site, tried to wrap that back around, dropped a player, and then tried to swing that back into B. Had a big gunfight there. Brought it all the way down to a 2 versus 2, which Luminosity on the retake played effectively and very well. I mean, Peter able to get 2 before he goes down, but did just enough so Anger could rotate all the way through Creeper into the B bomb site, eventually get the finalizing frag of the round with plenty of time left to defuse that bomb. And Luminosity, as Gex just said, takes that pistol round. And that's going to set them up good here.
Tarek hiding in towards that squeaky door once again. I believe somebody else is with him. Should be seeing an A push coming through here for CLG as the smokes have gone down. Flash is coming out as well, but Nap hiding up top there into the rafters, taking down 3 as they come out of Squeaky. Tarek, Hazed, Mo, Finesse, and Cutler all getting destroyed there as they come out onto that A site, as you would expect. The rifles just mowing them down on that anti-eco, and that will be 2-0 here for Luminosity. Not too much of a chance for CLG to do anything with that round, but now they are going to buy up here, Misled with some rifles. So maybe get themselves something going here on this 3rd round.
Yeah, it's going to be an early buy coming from Counter Logic Gaming. Of course, they got that bomb plant in round number 1. They got mopped up completely in round 2. Kind of expected. They wanted a fast round there. They wanted to get into these gun rounds, and already gun rounds paying off. Cutler with 2, Hazed with 1 of his own out in middle. That's going to make it a 5v2, all up to Anger and Peter.
As CLG bringing themselves up highway, both of them for Luminosity are over on this truck side, actually, and Peter with the Scout and Anger with the M4, and they don't have too much room to work with over on that truck side. Bomb goes down over on the A site, and I don't think they'll even attempt this one here, as all 5 of them are looking strong on that A site, and yeah, Anger plants himself over on the B side, and Peter will be joining him here in just a second, trying to save those weapons. So CLG working with that early buy on the rifles. They find a lot of good entry frags inside of mid there from Cutler. So that will be a round over to them here once this bomb goes off. Looking at 2-1, Luminosity still with that 1-round lead.
Yeah, right there. Good aggressive play out middle, all on the back of Cutler and Hayes. 3 frags in total coming from that round, all for CLG. Cutler, of course, able to go up on the boost spot, able to hit the first 2 picks. One was towards the sandbags. The other pick was going to be on the player outside the vents up close and middle. And then Hayes able to take down one player coming from headshot box, which really opened up that A bomb site, allowed the easy take there, forcing the rotates from Peter and Anger from the B bomb site, which, of course, didn't work out for them, so they just ended up trying to save their rifles, live to fight another day. And as you can see here, it's going to be a buy up coming from Luminosity into round number 4. They want to change the tide. They want to change it right now, get things rolling back in their favor, and force CLG into a little bit of a sticky situation.
Peter's going to be on the op, and Pith is actually going to be working with a Scout still as well, so Interesting choice in weapons there, though. Anger starts it off by taking down Tarek as they try and get into this A site here. Peter actually found Finesse as he was over in Highway with that op, and Mo able to finish off Anger. Pith hiding inside of the site, lands a great shot onto Mo there with that scout. So now it's just Hayes and Cutler left alive for CLG, and taking a lot of good shots. Peter finding an excellent shot on the Cutler over inside of the squeaky door there, and eventually Hayes gets finished off by Lex and just completely shutting down that A push there. Luminosity did from CLG, giving themselves a 3-1 lead there off some great plays of the op work from Peter and the scout of Pith.
Yeah, good job there on the hold. The buy paid off for Luminosity Gaming, resetting things a little bit here. But now this is going to force a situation. Look at the economies of both teams that we have. CLG a lot worse off than Luminosity is at the moment. If CLG on this force buy is not able to win this round, they're going to be forced into a save. Luminosity might be able to scrape together another force buy if they lose this. But at this point, Counter Logic Gaming has more to lose in this situation than Luminosity does. And Luminosity would love to try and get out of this without losing very many rifles.
Certainly would like to. We'll see if they can do it. As Pith hanging out in mid here with Alex, who's actually aggressive in towards vents as well. But CLG right now, they have a few leaning towards this A side, but not too much working for them as of yet. They all have AKs as well. No ops in the hands of CLG. And Peter still, of course, working with the op over on the Luminosity side of things. But smokes in towards this B side, and they're all spread out right now. CLG is, they've got a few towards A, and actually Tarek starts things off with Pith over on that A side and taking him down. So Lex sees one over in mid as well. That was Finesse there as he was hanging out inside, and Event's able to take care of Finesse in through mid with them. So that'll even out the playing field here, looking at 4 versus 4, and Naf will be looking a bit into mid as well, but frags coming through onto this A site here. Peter able to find 2 with his op, getting yet another one. He takes down his teammate with the op. He got a little trigger happy there onto his teammate over towards Highway. So now that'll be the round is over. At least the time ran out there, but that will be another round going over to Luminosity here as we see them with a 4-1 lead, and still continuing to look pretty solid here into Cash. After that first map on Inferno, still looking solid here on Cash, 4-1.
Yeah, so what we're going to see here is we're going to see a pistol buy coming from Counter Logic Gaming. Hayes able to save that rifle, but CLG wanting to try and provide the best help that they can here. They're not really fully committing to it because it's not an armor pistol buy, but they do want to try and help out and see what they can get here. Cutler will force himself over into that squeaky, or the Roka room as they call it, and the rest of the teammates should be working together around that AK. Just in case it goes down, they should be able to pick it up a lot easier. Oh, Hayes, how does he not get picked? And Peter finally takes him down. Former teammate, and there it is. Mo will pick it up. That's that trade out that I was talking about. They want to be able to grab that AK and recycle it as much as possible in this round.
And Mo starting it off already getting, Peter starting it off already getting 2 frags. Lex was able to find yet another one inside of Vents there. Lex was hanging out inside of Vents, and now it is just Tarek, and Peter was able to finish off Tarek with that op, and it's a 3K on the round for him, and putting Luminosity up at 5-1 here for against CLG here. 5-1 lead against them, and now we'll see what CLG decides to do with buys here on this round. Just looks like Tech 9's coming through across the board, except for the Deagle of Cutler, but still not too much in terms of firepower for CLG to work with on this round here. Is they're going to have to go up against the steady rifles of Luminosity.
Yeah, definitely. Peter definitely turning it on so far this game against his former team of Counter Logic Gaming. He's looking very good. I mean, just dropped a big 3K there. Looking very nice. Let's see if they can hold it down against an echoing Counter Logic Gaming. Lex will open it up. And out middle last round, I should say. Doesn't matter. Luminosity shutting it down in B now.
Oh, yes. And it's just Cutler left alive. Anger takes care of him nice and easy. They had 2 playing inside events for Luminosity and able to help shut down that push once they came in towards that B side. But Peter, who was kind of quiet in that Inferno game, wasn't really doing all that much for Luminosity, as you said, has really turned it up here on Cash. He's sitting at 8-1 overall, top fragging in the server. I've really been playing well so far here, helping Luminosity get to the 6-1 lead that they're in on Cash, as they've been steady, solid here so far for Luminosity, looking at 6-1. So maybe CLG can get themselves something going here. They have full buy-ups, Mo on the op this time as well, so certainly known for making plays with that, and this would be the perfect time to get that going for CLG to start that off. They need to get some rounds onto the board here, so maybe they can get that going with the help of that op for Mo and get some entry frags and go into one of these sites maybe.
Yeah, I definitely like what CLG's finally trying to do here. They're trying to slow it down onto a full buy round. They really want to get Mo to work it off. I know people were talking about it in chat, and I feel I agree with it a little, to a certain extent. Earlier, you guys were talking about it. Mo is definitely your guy that he's an entry guy. He gets an initial pick. Kind of falters off later into the round, but if he's not able to get that initial pick, it's much harder. So they're really relying on Mo here to get an initial pick. Doesn't matter, as Tarek will actually open up the round there onto Anger, so that's going to help out and give CLG their first man advantage at the beginning of a round.
And Mo still lurking around in mid with that off, seeing if he can find something, but the push onto the B side is coming through here, and Lex was able to catch Tarek in the back, who is inside of the site. Now it is all left up to Mo. Their B push just getting shut down there. They only found one frag as they came on in there, but Mo looking at a 1-on-3. He does take down one. Actually, the time ran out as well. I wasn't keeping my eye on the time, but that'll be another round on the board for Luminosity there. Mo was at least able to keep his op, so maybe they can do something with that on this round here, but still Luminosity has just been rolling here. They just been shutting CLG down left and right here so far on this CT side of Cash, and looking at 7-1 overall. CLG's got to get something going here and start with Mo here, maybe, as we were saying, but just taking a bit too long last round. Couldn't really do too much with the time that they had left. So now, as I said, 7-1, Luminosity very steady here on this first half.
So now we're going to be into round 9, and Luminosity, as Gex just said, definitely taking control of this thus far, and we really haven't got anything going here. We still haven't seen really Mo open it up. Maybe he's going to get boosted over now. Yeah, now he's going to get a little aggressive here up top. Can he find a frag with that up? Doesn't matter. Hayes will actually open things up. And CLG, again, with a one-man advantage early into a round. They really need to work off this much more effectively than they have been thus far. Otherwise, Luminosity is going to run away with this game completely.
Yeah, they are. If it keeps going the way it has been, they will certainly be able to run away with this one here. But Tarek is inside of the vents here, and he's actually going to drop down in towards Checkers, and the rest of the team is over, ready to push into that B site as well. Flash is coming through as try to gain entrance into the site here, but Mo still lurking around with that off. Tarek will find the opening frag there, as well as Cutler taking down Naf and Anger. Who is sitting up inside of Heaven, actually, and Lex inside of the site will find two of his own onto Finesse and Cutler. But Tarek eventually able to finish off Lex, and now it is all up to Pith, who is heading up in towards Heaven. He's actually getting some spam out, but not really doing too much damage. Now they know exactly where he is. He's sitting up inside of Heaven, and it's going to be pretty tough for him here as the bomb is down, and he has 3 frags to find. He knows that it's probably not going to happen, so he's just backing himself off in towards Highway, and we'll pick up the off maybe for Peter to use next round, and we'll go ahead and save that for his teammate. But there we go. CLG getting themselves a round onto the board here. Another one, making it 7-2. Still at a pretty big deficit, but getting a round that they certainly needed for momentum's sake, really. They hadn't had a round in quite a while, so now able to get themselves one onto the board here. As I said, 7-2 overall, Luminosity in the lead.
Yeah, good play there. Finally coming from CLG. They worked off the initial pick outside mid. They were able to work on that and end up spending that into B. But the biggest problem that we saw there from Luminosity was the fact that they weren't able to rotate effectively. They left Lex inside the site. He was able to get 2 before he went down, but it wasn't quite enough. The rotates didn't come in effectively, didn't use flashbangs to help try and work their way in. I mean, you can call for a flash and expect Lex to try and drop behind a box to get away from that flashbang so you can get in and help him defend, not just leave him on an island all by himself inside that bomb site.
And right now we see, trying to see where CLG's going. They're boosting Mo up actually inside of mid, looking for some picks here. And Anger is pushed up all the way into mid. Lex is going to be playing inside of the vents once again, but Mo is just, you can see what kind of pick he can get from the box boost here in mid, and a nade came down very close to Anger. I'm not sure if they're aware that he's here. They actually threw a molly down there as well. I think they did know it, and Tarek was able to take care of him. So that'll be, once again, another one-man advantage right off the start of the round here for CLG. And Peter working with the AWP inside of the site. They actually have NAF on an AWP as well here, so running a double AWP setup for Luminosity. We'll see how that works for them, and Tarek has gained entrance into the vents here as well, so we should be seeing another B push, though. Lex will shut down Mo. Finesse coming through, able to get the exchange, but NAF will eventually take down Cutler as well as they still try and get into this B site. The AWP from Peter shuts down Finesse, and now it is all left up to Tarek, but Pith is there, ready, and able to take down Tarek, so that will be a round going right back to Luminosity there. 8-2, the double AWP setup worked for LG there, and now we're into our 11th round of the game, and CLG still can't really seem to get going on anything. They continue to get, and you said this a couple of rounds ago, they continue to get these early picks on the rounds. They'll start it off by going up one man, and then they just don't really seem to do much of anything with it.
Yeah, they take that initial pick. Not, of course, this round they're going to be on to an eco, but I mean, they just can't really work off that initial pick. They had one good round with it, which forced it into a 7-2 at the time. Now it's 8-2, advantage going in favor of Luminosity. They have the gun advantage here. But Luminosity switched things up a little bit. They put NAF inside the site. This might just be because they know when eco is coming here, but it doesn't matter at the moment. I mean, they're shutting this down. Rotates are coming a lot more effectively. It really looks like Luminosity is able to adjust to what Counter Logic Gaming is bringing to the table a lot faster than the adverse. CLG not able to adjust to what Luminosity is doing quick enough to get them rounds on the board, and Luminosity is just a step ahead the entire time, on top of the fact that they're out-aiming.
Yeah, CLG can't really seem to, I don't know, crack the code, so to speak, on Luminosity right now. It's just they've been rolling with it. Luminosity so far did very well on Inferno, 16-9 there, and they're already up 9-2 on this one. Though CLG may be getting something going here. They get the opening frag, take this B site quite easily. They get the entry frags that they need. Only lost Finesse in the process. Hayes was looking up into heaven as well, able to take down Peter, and Anger will take down Cutler, who is inside of mid there, though Hayes missing another shot onto Pith, who's up into heaven now, so the bomb goes down onto this B site, as it's Anger and Pith left alive for Luminosity to try and retake here. Pith is pretty hurt, though. He sees Mo in the back of the site, actually lands the shot onto him, but Tarek comes in from behind, able to take him down. It's a 1 versus 2 now for Anger as he's in over towards Checkers. Hayes is just right around the corner here. Can he take him down? No, he wasn't ready. Didn't know where he was at, and that will be the round there over to CLG, making it 9-3, so getting themselves another one onto the board here. They got the entry frags that they needed, took control of the site, got that bomb down, and get themselves one onto the board here. So still behind quite a bit, but 9-3 it is in favor of Luminosity.
Yeah, it's not too little too late at this point. I mean, you can make this a 9-6 half if you're Counter Logic Gaming. It's going to be a tough hill to climb for them, but again, good change-ups coming from Luminosity. Again, they're getting a little aggressive out mid. They're going to put Anger into the vents this time. Lex normally loves playing the vents, but he's not going to be there. And they're going to stack into mid. They're making adjustments here based off what they're seeing from CLG, trying to counter anything CLG will bring to the table. And all we're seeing from Counter Logic Gaming at this point is just pick and rolls. They are getting an initial pick. They're able to get themselves a third round, but the roll part of this is not working out for them.
Oh, Peter sees somebody very close up towards that A side, took a lot of damage over by A main, missed the op shot onto him, and Cutler sitting over at Squeaky as well. Smoke's coming out onto the A site. They're smoking things up. Flash is coming through as well. Not sure if they're going to decide to continue through and push onto this A side here. As Tarek gets himself into mid with his AK. Might be trying to make a push in towards Highway here, and he's looking into Highway. He's got entrance in towards there. Can he be sneaky enough? Sees Naf there. Got a lot of good shots into him. Couldn't quite finish him off, though, with that frag, though. And misses yet the other shots. Does take down Peter, though, eventually. And still searching for another one back on that truck side. It's Naf who's over there. But they do get his teammates able to get the rest of the entry frags into this A site. So now it is the bomb going down on the A site. Lex gets popped in the head by Hayes there. So it's just Naf left alive here, who managed to get himself out of a sticky situation when he was over on A, but he knows that there's no chance of retaking this site. So CLG getting themselves another round onto the board here, 9-4. So as you said, definitely not too little too late. They would love to pick up these last 2 rounds here on the half as they get this one. If they can pick up the next 2, it certainly make things much easier for them going on to the CT side. And going into the second half, Naf actually able to take down Tarek as well over inside of Spawn to kind of get a little exit frag there. So 9-4 it is, though, overall for Luminosity here. CLG striking back with a couple of rounds in a row.
Yeah, so it looked like we had Pitt reconnect there, back into it. Maybe an accidental disconnect. Let me see. Yeah, he's good to go. He's got his tag back into it. He's authenticated. So we should be ready to roll into this. And I mean, Economy finally weakened against Luminosity. It looks like they were going to be forced into a save here. Naf, even though he was able to save that rifle, it's not really going to do much. We're just going to see a pistol upgrade coming from Luminosity. I wonder if they're going to be able to put something on the board here with Naf with that rifle. But CLG, that's going to be 2 rounds in a row for them. Finally, the first time so far on Cash, they're able to string rounds together. And as I said, it's not too little too late yet. I mean, 6 rounds on T side on Cash isn't bad. You're doing pretty good there. You're keeping it close. Of course, you would have loved an 8-7 if not a victory on your terrorist side. But Luminosity playing very well. So at this point, anything CLG can pick up is going to help them out a ton before they switch sides.
Luminosity playing very aggressive with these pistols, too. They pushed up totally in through the B side there. Tarek starts it off by taking down Anger, but Peter will exchange with him. And they were... Actually, he goes down to Mo right after that happens. So they've been able to get one with this eco here so far, and Lex goes through to pick up one of those AKs that they managed to take down from Tarek. So it's a 3-on-4 here, and actually Pitt was able to get 2 there with his pistol, taking down Cutler and Hayes, but Finesse finally comes through to take care of him. It's a 2 versus 2, and Finesse is actually quite hurt as well. He goes to put this bomb down, dies to the molly that Lex threw out there, so now it is all left up to Mo here. The eco from Luminosity doing very, very well for them, as it is all left up to Mo here. Does take out Lex there. Can he find the second frag? Misses that shot. He's still trying to get himself away. Both players quite hurt here. Oh, he doesn't realize he's on top. And Naf takes him down. What a round from Luminosity. The eco coming through strong, and that is 10-4 for Luminosity. Man, that was a treat to watch. That was awesome.
Yeah, exciting round at the end there. Luminosity playing extremely well on those ecos. I mean, using the pistol, Nafla using the rifle, circulating the rifle around. It worked out extremely well there for Luminosity. CLG just not playing on point tonight, and Luminosity completely minding their P's and Q's, doing extremely well right now. And that eco just goes to show you Luminosity is looking good, and they're definitely going to shake things up in the top of the North American scene if they can continue to play this way.
Certainly. They've been showing people what they are capable of tonight, as they've been certainly taking it to CLG here so far, as a lot of people were expecting CLG to win this one, and Luminosity getting aggressive once again. They had Anger was pushed up quite far, but Mo eventually able to take him down, and Peter was also pushed up into Squeaky with that off, but He's going to back himself off here as Mo comes on through, and Finesse able to get Naf. And we're looking at a 3-on-3 as CLG seeing where they're going to go with this one. Looks like it will be a B take here as the mollies come through, nades as well. Finesse is going to start things off into the site, though. Lex is able to take him down. Pit gets Cutler as well, so now it is all left up to Mo once again, getting caught into this 1-on-3 situation, but Luminosity eventually able to come through, take the round there. It's 11-4 half for them, and man, are they looking good here. They just took it to CLG on that first half. They're sitting at 11-4, and man, Misled, I think that Luminosity could be handing CLG their first loss here of the league. I mean, they've just been playing lights out here so far. They only need 5 more rounds to finish it off, and they've been playing very, very well here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with you there. I'm really feeling it here. Luminosity looking extremely good at the moment. Counter Logic Gaming, really no answer. And I mean, Peter is really starting to step it up here. We're seeing Naf start to step it up. I mean, Naf went from one of the players that was having struggles fragging on the last map to being the top fragger on the map in total between both teams at the moment. And then Lex is right there, 1 frag behind him. So the 2 guys that were struggling a little bit more, picking it up. And then, of course, Peter right behind them by only 1 frag. Anger and Pit being your guys that were really fragging out the last map down at the bottom. So the switch up coming from Luminosity, and it's not even like they're far behind. I mean, they're only 4 frags at the max behind. So they're all shooting really well. On the other side, though, CLG not really looking like they're playing like themselves. Tarek, of course, always playing great, always frags really well, and then Hazed with a big step up. But the guys that were really doing consistently well and have done consistently well for their team besides Tarek, have been Finesse and Jermo. Mo, big-time hopper, not able to get anything going. That whole first half, only 5 frags. Mr. Consistency himself, Cutler, only 5 frags. Finesse down to 6. They're just getting outbeaten in these aim battles, and they weren't taking sites effectively. The smokes and flashes weren't coming from them correctly, and they weren't able to prevent the rotates from Luminosity the way they should have been. They should have been using angles a little bit more effectively than they were. They just got outright, just plain and simple, beaten at Counter-Strike when it came down to it. And second half is going to be pretty rough, especially if Luminosity is able to win a pistol right off the bat.
Yeah, that's going to be a key here for CLG. If they have any chance of keeping themselves in the game here, they need to come out with a big pistol round win. Yeah, that's a must for them pretty much here at this point. And then it's surprising to see Mo and Cutler so far down on the list for CLG. I mean, Mo hasn't really had much of a lane to work with for an op here so far, and something he was doing well with over on Inferno just really hasn't been given many opportunities here so far on Cash to work with it. And as you said, Cutler as well, still sitting at the bottom, 5 and 13. It's just CLG having a lot of trouble here on Cash, and Luminosity stepped it up at the same time. They both just kind of, I don't know, just 2 different ends of the spectrum here for both these teams. Luminosity's playing great, and CLG not playing so hot. And now we are heading into our second half here, so it's going to be a very big uphill battle here for CLG to try and get themselves back into this game. Not impossible, but they need to come out with a big pistol round win here on this second half to keep themselves in it, or they're going to get into a very big hole.
Yeah, definitely. And remember, guys, you are watching CEVO MLG Season 7 Pro League action. I'm Misled, Gecks is with me, and we are into the second half of Luminosity Gaming versus Counter Logic Gaming. And Luminosity is up quite a bit here, 11-4. Now it's all up to CLG on the CT side to try and take control of things and not allow Luminosity to win this.
Hayes starts this round off by taking down Lex, though, so Luminosity getting entrance into this A site here. They haven't really held them off much here, CLG, but the bomb is down. They're going to have to get their rotates in here. Cutler landing that touchdown nade onto Peter, as Peter did get Finesse right before he went down, though. Anger getting a nice little pop shot onto Mo there, so it's a 2 versus 2 as they come back into the site. Anger takes down Mo, and now it's just a 2 versus 2, though. Hayes coming through and getting Anger as well as Naf. with his USP. They will get this defuse here, and CLG getting the pistol round that they desperately needed, now making it 11-5 in favor of Luminosity, though should be, you would expect a couple rounds in a row here for CLG, but that's definitely the way they needed to start off the second half here with that pistol round win, and they got it.
Yeah, we're going to see a light pistol buy here coming from Luminosity. They got a bomb plant. They will be able to early buy third round, especially if they can get a grip of frags here. I mean, they brought that down to a 2 versus 2 on a pistol at the A bomb site. Very close. Hayes stepped up gigantically for his team there to really make that happen. But Luminosity Gaming would love to get another bomb plant, and they're pulling some rotates from the A bomb site. They only have one player to beat inside. That's going to be Hayes. Lex is able to take down Cutler, but Mo on the rotate, so this might get taken down. They will get that second round bomb plant, so for sure, buys incoming.
Oh, Naf gets Tarek as well with his SMG, so it's a 2 versus 2. Luminosity could even win this round potentially, though. Naf goes down, Anger as well. Now the firepower just a little bit too much from CLG here with their weapons, but still, I mean, they do get that bomb plant, as you said, definitely an early buy going to come out of Luminosity here. They've got 2 bomb plants in a row, so we'll see what they're buying up with their AKs here, armor and all, the whole works. So maybe Luminosity can get something with this round here. They only need 5 more rounds to go ahead and take this, and Naf is actually going to be up on the op as well, which I don't... Well, no, he did do a little bit of opping, I guess, on the last half, but not the first person I necessarily would expect. Normally, maybe see Peter with it, and actually... Pitt on this round starts it off by taking down Cutler. Tarek able to exchange with him, so both teams with 1 down, and Tarek is very, very hurt here. Only has 3 health. Anger looking in towards his squeaky side over at A as well, as he's... Oh, I thought he was going to pop out and try and take somebody on in the site, but he backs himself off, and Naf seeing what he can do over on this B side, but we are evened up at a 4-on-4 here. Actually hands the op off over to Peter. See what he can do with it, as he was very strong with it on that first half. Very strong in general on the first half, Peter was. And we'll see what he can do with it here, as Lex lurking up into mid as well. But so far, pretty slow play from LG. Haven't really gone in too much onto a site. They have a couple over towards B. They're actually all starting to congregate here over onto this B side, and still no push coming through here, though. They're gonna have to start moving quickly. They only have 25 seconds left, so the flashes are starting to come on through now. Hayes is sitting in the back of the site. They do need to be careful of that, and Nap is ready for it. Peter got that entry frag onto Tarek, though. Hayes picks up 2 with his M4 and going for a third, but Peter shuts him down. And now it's Lex inside of the site. They only have 10 seconds. They do get the bomb down, able to catch Mo over, who's jumping out of vents, and now it's Finesse who needs to find 2 frags, and this bomb defuse does take down Lex here. 1 versus 1, got a couple of shots off onto Peter as well. He only has 36 health, sitting in the back of the bomb site, and going to be a standoff here as Peter's trying to lurk around. He was able to catch him off guard, and great shot there from Peter. Lurks around the corner, picks up the round for Luminosity, looking at 12-6.
Yeah, good plays there coming from Luminosity. Able to hold on, even though great plays coming out of Haste inside that B bomb site. Able to get down a couple frags, prevent the easy take there. But at the end of that, I mean, post-plant, Luminosity holding on well. Able to rotate their way into the checkered room, get some initial frags there, wrap back in, and post-plant positioning. Very effective, even though they were risking quite a bit with those big transfers from the inside of the site all the way out. But man, Luminosity really opening it up here on that eco-wing Counter Logic Gaming.
Yeah, and CLG, not too much they can do about this one here. Hayes just gets dropped by Anger, and now it is all up to Cutler, who's got a 5-7, but Naf will pop him straight into the dome with an AK. They get a bomb plant right at the end of the round as well, so just more money in the bank for Luminosity here, looking at 13-6. And Naf will take the op this round from Peter. He will go ahead and switch over to the op there, so Mo is going to be up on a scout as well. They only have enough to really buy up with FAMAS's and the scout from Mo, so we'll see if CLG can get around on the board for themselves here. They're starting to fall behind immensely. Luminosity only needs 3 more, and Pith starts the round off by taking down Finesse to start things off for Luminosity. So it has just been all things in favor of Luminosity here tonight, and they're very close to finishing this one off and handing CLG their first loss of the Pro League.
Yeah, CLG looking extremely shook at the moment here. They went for a full buyout. They want to play for the win. They do not want to try and play this into an overtime situation, but this is risky here. They bought up. They spent quite a bit of money, head armor, utility, and rifles here, even though there's no M4s. As you can see, the most money they have on their side is only $150 on Cutler right now. That's not good. They desperately need to win this round to not have to force into final round buying out so they can fight for the tie, or overtime, I should say. First, they have to fight for the tie at that point. Then they have to fight for an overtime victory to be able to make this a 1-1. But Tarek will open it up outside B, evening things out, making it a 4-on-4, taking up hit.
So they're going to come on through with this A push, though. Hayes sitting over by the truck does take down Lex, and Anger able to pick up onto Mo here. So Anger gets that bomb down inside of the site. And Cutler eventually able to get Peter as well. Naf with this op here, sees Cutler through the smoke, was able to take care of him. So it's just a 2 versus 2 now as Anger sitting in the back of quad. Sees Tarek up top there, will take care of him with that AK. So a 1 versus 2 as Hayes trying to work himself into the site here. Needs to be careful of Naf, who's playing on the back side of that forklift with the op. And Hayes isn't really pushing himself forward. He's just waiting for Naf to peek, and he got a lot of good shots off into him. He only has 18 health, does take care of him. Now just needs to get a good shot into Anger, takes him down, but not going to be enough time for him to go through and get the defuse, so they held it off for long enough. I mean, Hayes was able to get the frags, but regardless, Luminosity coming through with a round win there, looking at 14-6, and Counter Logic Gaming is very much on the ropes right now.
Yeah, definitely. So this is going to turn into a situation here where they're going to buy out again. They're buying for the win. They do not want to force this into fighting for the tie, going for the overtime, so they're going to buy out here. So if they lose this round against Luminosity, that's going to put them at match point where they're going to have such little money. I mean, they'll be on a 4-round loss bonus, so it's not max loss bonus just yet. So they are getting a little bit of cash, but it's still going to be so hard to try and win that one.
Hayes starts this round off by taking down Anger. So maybe a little bit of a start here for CLG, but half inside of mid, Lex in mid as well. Looking onto that A site from Highway, got a couple of shots off. Lex actually may have taken a scout shot from Mo there from inside of the site. I'm not sure, but he is very, very hurt, and Naf now has himself inside of the vents. Maybe getting ready for a B push here out of Luminosity as their team gets ready to come out of vents as well as the B side. Peter with the op here and the bomb. He is going to try and maybe open things up here. The vents break, and Finesse actually comes through with that pistol, able to find one, and then Tarek exchanges takedown Naf. So it's a 2 versus 3 here. It might be the round that CLG needed. Yes, they do pick up the round. Able to shut down that B site. Nice and easy there, though. They're still very far behind here, but they do keep themselves alive for the time being, and they get to buy up here with some heavy weaponry as Mo now is going to be on the op, and they still have a scout in their hands, but Mo at least is going to be on the op, and Luminosity not really too much money to buy up here, and they're just going to be working with their pistols on this round.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tough here. I mean, they've been on these buyouts trying to force this situation, trying to make it happen. And Luminosity with a comfortable lead here. They don't really care at this point that they're going to go with just pistols. It doesn't really bother them. They don't need to force the issue. They're up by 7 rounds. They can try and execute out and force some rebuys. And they're going for it in the A bomb site right now. But CLG quickly to shut that down. So good plays there from CLG, not dropping another round, only losing 1 player into that. And Luminosity, again, as I said, not really caring that they dropped that round. They have an advantage here. It's still 14-8 in their favor. They can save, get into some rifles now, expect a full buy into this round, and really get aggressive here and try and make something happen. Look for some mid presence from them to try and force the issue into that A bomb site.
Tarek and Mo both are going to be up on the op for CLG here. As they will have that double op set up and actually boosting Hazed up on top of those boxes over there on the side of the site. So playing in a bit of a cheeky spot for them in the A site. And Mo starts the round off by taking down Naf, who was over on that B side. So CLG getting the opening pick on this round. We'll see what Luminosity decides to do with it. They have Lex pushed up into mid, and I might see him make a look onto Highway here, onto the A site. Those Finesse actually able to catch him off guard there, and CLG cleaning up on this round here, finding the frags that they needed left and right, and happened very quickly on that A site, but that will be CLG coming back with another round here. It's 14-9. I mean, they're not out of it yet. They've won a few rounds in a row, but still pretty far behind. But so far looking a little more solid on this second half here for CLG, and that's putting Luminosity in another spot where they really just don't have any money, and they're gonna have to buy up with some pistols here, and that's about all they're going to be able to work with. So potentially maybe even another round for CLG here. See, they're lined up onto the B side. Luminosity is. Smokes are out. Mo starts it off by taking down Peter. They're going for a B push here, coming straight on through into the site, just getting shut down left and right. Anger goes down to Finesse at the tail end of it, so CLG picks up that round again. It's a few in a row for them, and it's 14-10. They're getting themselves back into it, but they need to be almost perfect through the rest of this game here if they want to win this map. So certainly not impossible for them, but Luminosity still with that 14-10 lead, and after that eco, they've got enough room to buy up with some rifles now. They've got 5 AKs on the board for them, and it looks like they want to come through with a B site push here, and Mo missing that first off shot on an AF, which is crucial. It actually legged him, but unable to convert on the frag here, and the B push coming through strong from Luminosity as Pip comes through. Peter gets one as well, and now it's just Hazed and Tarek left alive for CLG, and Naf is going to put that bomb down. Tarek up inside of Heaven. Hazed trying to come in from the spawn side as well, but it's going to be a tough retake here from CLG. They have to go for it. They don't really have much of a choice, but it's going to be rather tough for them to get in here. A few players from Luminosity a bit hurt, though. Peter able to take down
Tark's got to escape.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he only has 12 health. Oh, he just gets himself around the corner. I thought Naf was going to get the frag onto him, but they are chasing him heavily right now. Luminosity is going to get around and eventually get Tarek as well. That is very rough indeed. And that is 15-10 match point here for Luminosity.
Yeah, that's going to force a situation. Look at CLG's money, though. Finesse has a ton of cash in the bank. They're able to make a full buyout here against Luminosity Gaming. But at this point, it's going to be 15-10. As you guys can see, match point going for Luminosity Gaming. CLG has to win every round from here on out to stay in this. But Luminosity looking very good. At that point, with the way Timer was ticking down, only one of those players, I believe, had a kit at that point. It really wasn't worth it to sit that long. I mean, I know they do not want to play for the tie and then play for the overtime victory, but I mean, at a certain point, you have to think about your odds there. 2 versus X, you're not having a good chance at making it. And Execute coming from round 26 into the A-bomb site. Luminosity getting aggressive, trying to end the game right now.
Got themselves right into the site there. Cutler started it off, getting Anger, but Pip there ready to exchange on that frag. They get the bomb planted, though. Finesse comes through to take down Lex, but Pip there to exchange once again as he's been exchanging with these frags so far on this round here. It's a 3-on-3 CLG trying to work themselves back into the site here. Mo gets shut down by Naf, and Eric was able to get one onto Naf there. He exchanged, though. Peter able to take down Hayes, so it's all left up to Tarek here in a 1 versus 2, but Peter says no. And that is Luminosity coming out there with a big win against CLG, 16-9 on the first half, or on the first map, excuse me, on Inferno, and then 16-10 here on Cash. And what a lot of people expecting CLG to come out with a win here tonight, but you called it, Misled. It was well, you said it was going to be the first tie for CLG, but Luminosity handing them their first loss here tonight, and that was crazy, man.
Yeah, at the beginning. At the beginning of that map, or the first map, I really thought that was going to be a 1-1. I was really looking forward to Luminosity really pushing the issue on Inferno against CLG. I thought CLG would barely be able to squeak out Inferno. Didn't work out in their favor. Luminosity took that home pretty easily. I have to say they took it down pretty well. And then we moved into map number 2, which was the map that I thought Luminosity would have a better chance at winning over CLG. And at that point, they'd already took map number 1. It was looking like, all right, so now we're going to go to a 1. We're at least going 1 versus 1 here. But as soon as we got into map 2, Luminosity playing that well, shooting effectively, rotating smart. Their flashes and smokes on their site takes were on point. They were using them effectively. And the big thing that I talk about, effectiveness with flash and smokes when I get to do color commentary, not just landing your flash and smoke in the correct position, but working off that flashbang effectively, or that smoke effectively. A lot of times players know where to throw the smoke, they know when to throw the flashbang, but they don't know how to work off that really well. They can't work off the flashbang, they can't use that smoke to their advantage. They'll throw it down as just a counter so they can move just to one little angle instead of working through it, trying to push through it, trying to use that flashbang to gain them a more advantageous position. And Luminosity tonight definitely used flashes and smokes to their advantage, and Molotovs very effectively on their CT side of Inferno. They played like a really good team there. The addition of Pitt helping them out quite a bit. Their addition of their manager slash coach slash, I don't know what you would call him at the moment. I know Boyaka is their manager technically, but having Steel come in there, I got to listen a little bit firsthand to Steel helping, giving them some demo review with Luminosity. Very intelligent guy, gave them some great insight, and it's showing today. I mean, it's working very well. Pitt coming in there, Peter coming in there, great additions. Not to take anything away from Flom and Frost, great players in their own regard, but currently the way this roster is sitting with what they have going on, it's looking very good, and their ceiling has just jumped a ton in my opinion.
Yeah.